pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Darlene, are we centered up here?
I'm gonna sit down if y'all don't mind. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Darlene, for operating the camera.
You kinda got what went on last meeting?
Yes, real quick run through, you did the treasury report. The high points were, the Digi, still is offline for APRS, and, the 310, you need to get out there to the cement place or wherever and check it out, climb the tower up there and get it. We're talking about the IRLP Echo Link interface piece that you were gonna get. See, we still have the trailer at the fire department you were talking about, that portable tower trailer, and getting it locked for the C-can. That was one of the things. Darlene was talking about ID cards. We can take the photos here using her camera and then, just process the cards. I brought up also about the Office Depot club membership plan for savings if people want to shop there and get their own Office Depot cards. That's really the high points of the meeting from last month. The video is online, and I'll get a formal one out to you in the email this week.
We got treasurer's report for March. Beginning balance for savings account was 520. No, beginning balance was how did I do that? It was $1,029.18.
Sounds like we need a part.
Well, we had 4 cents interest, so we got $1,029.22. The PayPal beginning balance was $332.35. We have dues of $95.98, so that's roughly 4 people that joined. So the ending balance was $428.23. The checking account beginning balance was $597.50. I spent $24.55 with R&L Electronics. And I don't know if we had done it last month by then or not, but I did go and, well, I'll tell y'all about that. I spent $24.55 on the adapter for the high headset for the Yaesu IFT 920. We had deposits of $115, so the checking account ending balance is $687.95, with the $1,029.22 for the savings account, $428.23 for the PayPal. We have a grand total of $2,145.40.
Cool. I make a motion, we accept.
All in favor?
Second.
No one opposed.
Anyone
Reno?
opposed? Yeah. So we got Steve for a motion and Roger second.
Got it for a second. What do you got for old business?
That's a part of old business, I guess, because we were talking about swapping that radio. I did go and we swapped we put the Kenwood at the OEP, and we put the Yaesu FT920 in the trailer. One of the reasons we did that is because the Yaesu is basically a contest rig. It does have a voice recorder on it.
So Yaesu's in the trailer.
In the trailer. The old Kenwood doesn't do all of that. And we got the ICOM, the 756 Pro 3. It has a voice recorder, and it's a whole lot better when you're doing stuff like special events, field day, things like that, than sitting there hollering CQ all day and getting hoarse. You just record it, hit the button, and let it do it for you.
That's nice.
So that's the main reason we did that. Like I say, I did order the adapter for the headset. It's at the house. I'll go put it in the trailer. Let's see. The power supply has been repaired. The one in the trailer that was cutting out, it has been repaired, and it's back in the trailer.
Was there a spare that was in the trailer, or it was just gone?
There is,
While that one was out for repair, was there a,
yeah, there is another one we can hook to and would handle it, so we do have enough with 2 power supplies to run everything in it.
okay.
But, because those are 50 amp supplies, so we could hook 2 HF rigs to 1 power supply and not have an issue.
Excellent.
But we also had the battery backup while we,
Wait, yeah,
So-
okay.
let's see, I did get the lock, the key for the lock for the C-can. So, I did figure that out. I still need to get some keys made, so we have more than 2 sets. I'm currently working on, replacing the lock, let's say the lock, on the cabinet, on the box on the front of the trailer. So we'll have a key for that. It'll basically stay unlocked as long as the trailer's in the fire department, because that's where we keep the keys so that they have to. But when we go to Balloon Festival or something like that, our compressor, our air compressor's in that cabin. So we want to be able to lock it up if we're not with the trailer. The lock for the C-can, we got the keys, I did say that, right? We got the keys for the C-can.
What do we have in the C-can?
Basically in the C-can right now, we got a couple of repeaters. We got a 440 repeater, just excess stuff that we had, and,
So, okay.
we had all that stuff in the fire department, just kind of stacked in there, and Rick asked that we move it out. Well, he bought 2 C-cans to put sandbags in. So he just went ahead and bought us one and donated it to us so we can put whatever we need in it. The generator's in there.
Okay, that's what I was
Yeah.
gonna ask, where's the generator?
The generator's in
And
the
the blow-up,
C-can. The blow-up tower, I told them we prefer to keep it inside the fire department building because it gets pretty hot in that C-can.
Yeah.
And I think it would deteriorate pretty quick if you left it in that heat.
Is it in the trailer or just in the,
It's just on the side.
on the side, okay?
And I don't know where the C-can is. Where is it?
You know where the old 7th District Fire Department's at? Well, that's where, in that building, in the middle door, is where we keep the trailer.
Okay.
There's 3 C-cans when you drive up on the left side of the fire, where the old building, the old wood building used to be. Now there's 3 C-cans right there,
Okay.
and ours is the first one. There's a, one of those little metal carports, and then a 3 C-can. And we have the first C-can.
I pass there every now and then. I'll just take a peek.
You said a couple repeaters in there. Are these old public service repeaters or these
Yes.
old amp
No,
repeaters?
they're old public service repeaters that we got, they were donated by Chuck Cassard.
Okay. Are there any future plans? I know we talked a few months ago, debated and decided not to buy a Fusion, System Fusion
Right.
repeater. Is there any plan on maybe using them or setting them up now as?
No, actually, we'd probably sell them if somebody would like it, you know?
About time to put them on eBay?
Actually, Randy had asked about it, and I didn't have the key to the C-can at the time, so now I have it, but I haven't heard from Randy lately. I haven't been able to contact him.
Okay.
So, if he ever gets with me, we get together, I'll tell him, because they were looking for a repeater for some public service stuff in Lucas Apparel.
Okay.
So, and I told them we had it. If they need it, it's there.
Right.
And I mean, we'd sell it to them for a reasonable price. That's old business.
Let's see what I still got. Under old business, no movement yet on the APRS digi?
No.
Okay, no movement on 310 repeater?
No, 985.
985, sorry, 985.
No, I'm sorry, the 985 site, but it's the 440, the 444, 725.
Okay, the 440 out there.
Yeah.
Under old business also, Who's bringing you the IRLP Echo link?
Brett.
Brett, okay.
And
And,
he did bring that.
you have it
I
on?
have the computer. As soon as we finish putting floors in the house, it'll be set up and running. We're gonna need to get a mobile radio, an old mobile somewhere or something to hook up to it. John McGlone was at my house when it was brought. And, so he said whenever we get ready, let him know and he'll come give us a hand and hook it up.
Okay. Any, we covered the C-CAN lock. We got that. The trailer at the fire department, the portable tower trailer.
Yeah, I haven't gone,
It was
get that
pouring
yet.
down
It's been
rain.
nasty, so-
That was the bad weather that Friday that we were supposed to go
Yeah.
to get that. So we will have to schedule another day to go and get that.
Just call me, I can come, I've got a couple of ton and a half.
Yeah, I mean,
Floor
that's all
jacks.
we all need is a floor jack, just to get the tongue up enough to put it on the truck.
And if need be, I've got a 3-tonner. Now, it'll pick it up if, all you gotta do is gotta get enough people to pick it up, put it in my truck, enough people to get it out of the truck, you know
I
what I'm
think a
talking
1.5
about?
ton will do it.
Yeah,
I mean, it's too much for 2 people to pick up. Todd and I tried, and both of us couldn't do it, well, you know, together couldn't do it. So it's got some ton weight on it.
I've got a couple ton and a half floor jacks that we can get over there.
You
Just
can catch it
give me
far
a
enough.
call when you wanna come do it,
Okay,
and just call me, and I'll come on down.
we'll set something up rather than, I'm not gonna hit you spur of the moment. But
Yeah.
We'll set something up.
Other old business, I see ID cards.
Yeah,
Darlene, this is where you jump in here?
Yeah, ID cards. This is the paper I passed around last time that I think Roger thought it was my coupons because I printed it on the back of that. Or Don did.
Don did.
So do we want to do that, or do y'all want to look at the pricing again?
I don't even remember what the pricing
I
was.
don't even remember a thing about it.
Because I need to know if to go ahead to buy the supplies, so at the next meeting, we can start to take pictures for those who want.
What we probably need to do is, we need to send out an email. Because now we are right about 50 club members. So we probably need to send out an email and ask who would like to have an ID card. I mean, it's because we got people all over.
And I'm sorry, my feelings on that is, you need to come to the meeting so you can
Well,
vote whether we want them
I
or
understand
not.
that, but
And this
you
is where
have-
you're gonna get your picture.
You have some local people who may not attend all the meetings, but they will participate in an event.
One of them told me tonight, he was wanting to come, but his tire is bad on his truck and didn't want to risk, riding up here with a bad tire either way.
Do we
Well,
need to at least vote on if
We need
we
to vote
want
on it.
those, or,
Keeping in mind,
and then go from
Right,
there?
that's what I'm saying,
No.
we need to figure out if we want them yet, and then we'll send an email saying, hey, if you want one, you know.
keeping in
If
mind
this-
that these don't give you any official capacity whatsoever, they're simply
Nope.
swag to have in your wallet and say, hey, look, I've got a photo ID that I'm in the club.
Right.
It might get you past a contract security gate guard at.
Yeah, we're not gonna have anything from OEP or one of the
Right,
sheriff's
so-
office. This is
No,
just,
no.
this is just club
Right.
membership, and we
Yeah.
need it.
Yeah.
And
Right. Frankly, I don't see the need for, I've got enough junk in my
Yeah.
wallet, I'm always throwing
I'm
stuff
good.
away. I don't need, I got a shirt that has my name on it and I got a cap, that's, more than enough for me.
Okay, so y'all,
If
So-
that's not enough for them, I'm not gonna be able to flash a card at them and say, hey, I
Yeah.
got a laminated piece of.
No, I mean, if we,
so unless we could get something that had some official sticker or
Yeah.
something on
Right.
it, then we wanna do away with
I don't
the
see a
badge.
need for it if you
Yeah.
don't.
If we
Okay,
had something from OEP saying that we were an official recognized CERT team and this is getting us into an emergency
See, a
area.
different thing, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't see what the OEP or the sheriff should have a problem with. Like I say, I don't know about Baton Rouge, but I talk with my brother all the time there in Texas. And they get a new card, if they needed a new card every year issued by the sheriff of the county. And it's for the radio club to participate in all the events and everything else. And it's from the sheriff all the way down, knows that these people have it. So that it's not like, even if we were to get something, and we show up and one of the local deputies look at it and say, what is this?
Yeah,
This here, the sheriff and the county.
yeah, you don't have to.
Everybody understands what this means, that the ham radio club is gonna show up and work events,
Right.
and emergencies are gonna be here, and they're gonna be doing this. Everybody understands it.
Right.
And that's what we need also to make sure of, is if we're gonna do this, we need to get everybody on board, from out of Rick's office, out of the sheriff's office, out of Gonzales PD, all the police officers, to understand that, hey, this is what this card means.
Right.
Yeah, and I guess that would lead us into the placards for the capital area ready. They did get the kink fixed in it, and they are ready. So if we need them, they ask that you not print them up unless you need them.
Well,
Do
they-
you individually print those, or?
I'll print them, all I have to do is get the correct kind of like card stock. She told me just print them on card stock, and we should have,
you're allowed so many per tier.
yeah, we will
There's 3 different
have.
tiers, there's tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. And I think we got one tier 1, which would be
I'm gonna
whatever
look.
vehicles pulling the trailer.
Let me look and see so I can give you the right
Two
amount.
tier 2s, which would be the trailer and whoever,
The driver.
if they're not available to go in that vehicle, then it would be, separate vehicles, 2 separate vehicles plus the vehicle and trailer, and then 3 tier 3s, which will be relief for whoever's the first to go with the trailer, or whatever it may be.
Because how many people do we have that have I guess, a big enough vehicle to tow the trailer safely? You,
Jim?
Jim tows it with his half ton?
No, Jim's got a 3/4 ton now.
Okay, so you, Jim, Mervin,
Mervin?
if he's available.
Yeah.
Yeah, trick is they wanna keep, they don't want everybody and their brother have, you get one organization prints up 100 of them, the next thing you know, you've got a whole convoy of people going through.
Yeah.
Which
No,
is why-
I'm just looking at how many people might need to make sure that they
And they-
have that tier
Right,
one
which
sticker for
is,
their vehicle.
which is why I asked for a reasonable amount to make sure that they understood we're not trying to give all 50 members, a tier 1.
Right.
We
Right.
just
3
wanna
people
make
are tier
sure the
1.
trailer can get in there, and then we can have some support people for it, and then we can have some backup if we need relief
The
for
thing
those
about it
people.
is, it would be by vehicle, so if I had 4 people in my truck,
That'd be
Right.
good enough.
that would be enough.
Right.
Right,
Then somebody else could use the 2s and 3s later on.
Right.
yeah, but I'm looking at the tier 1 for your truck and the other 2 trucks, because
Well, it would be whoever's-
you could be out there at that plant.
Yeah.
And you can't
It would be
leave.
whoever's pulling, and you can't print them up
Until
the event, they
Until
do it
the
by
event.
event.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they will issue an event number, a disaster
Right.
number,
Yeah.
and that'll
Okay.
be on the placard.
Yeah.
It'll be like, the tornadoes, the Weather Service puts out a tornado warning, and it's weather warning number 182 for this event. That's what they're gonna
Yeah,
do for this.
so if you print up placards for the last event, they're not gonna be good
Not
for the
gonna be
next.
good this one,
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
the
I'm gonna
only.
go ahead and get some card stock, I'll have it handy, and then if something comes up, then I'll just go ahead and
Yeah.
print the ones that we need.
And like
that
for
event.
hurricane, they'll allow you to print so many days in advance.
Yeah, okay,
You
yeah.
know, so something they know is gonna happen, or they expect to happen, they will give you an advance notice that you can print. It won't be like, oh, there's a hurricane, well, you gotta wait till it hits so you can print, no. They will at least try to give you as
Yeah.
much warning, ahead of time as they can. Of course, now, probably every event's not gonna be like that, depending on
Well,
what
it's like
happens.
this flooding just last week. 2
Right,
weeks ago.
well, they probably would have given you permission for that.
I had a 4-hour trip from here to Covington.
Oh, yeah.
Other old news, I got one more. Jambalaya Festival, are we taking the trailer or not? Because I think last time we decided not to.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna this
Yeah.
year.
No Jambalaya Festival.
Okay,
Just-
so, just so I know whether to call or not, if you
Yeah.
don't wanna bring it, I'll have to call.
This is sort of related to the previous topic. Did you say that you needed copies of ICS certificates from us?
If you, like the NIMS training,
Yes.
if you have NIMS training,
Mhm.
you can either get it to me and I'll get it to Rick. Rick, OEP would like to have,
Which ones do you need the certificates?
they want you to have 100 at least.
200 if you can,
Yeah.
700, 800 if you can. Also, are we still doing the introduction to CERT team training? Because that was one of the things you asked me when I replied again to the club, was taking the online intro to CERT.
Yeah, that probably would be a good idea. if you-
Because we are a CERT team and
Yeah.
they wanted that on record,
Right.
everyone having a CERT.
So I've done all of those.
Yeah,
You
if
just
you
want me
have certificates and
Yeah, I
can
do.
copy them or whatever.
Okay.
List that in the minutes.
I will do that and I'll get
So
that
that-
to you. We'll put
Yeah, I
an email
can-
out this week about what we need.
100, 200, 300, 400, and then
Okay.
700, 800.
You probably did a lot of that with CAPS, huh?
Coast Guard Auxiliary.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Because I'm a
So,
CERT instructor.
with anything like that, because it really, for you to go operate a radio at some type of an event that the OEP is in control of, then you're supposed to be at least NIMS 100.
Yeah. Does
And our
anybody
work-
need anything else?
Oh,
I'm gonna bring
Food,
the,
drink?
no desserts, nothing.
Oh, no, thank
I
you.
should-
We'll bring the
had that.
checks out, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
At our website, our security is all, we're all getting NIMS and ICS as part of our certifications, because that's just one of those things that they're throwing at us
Yeah.
now constantly. Hospitals and everyone's getting certified up on it. So, in addition to other certifications we're doing. So we'll get that in an email, we'll get that out, that, reminder to people if they do have these, classes already because of other organizations like I do and you, or if they want to take them online, we'll get a link to where you can, including the community emergency response team.
We can put that on the website.
Yeah, definitely, that should be.
Yeah. If you got them or whatever, and,
I mean, you
Send
can
it
put
to
the
us.
link
Yeah.
to the place to take the test and the
right,
courses.
yeah, yeah, we can put
It's all
that on the
self-study
website.
and open book,
Yeah.
open book test type stuff. Okay, I got the Jambalaya Fest and stuff. Any further old business?
I think we do it.
New business. First thing I saw was April 1st, we had some new taxes that went into effect. I wanted to ask about that. Are any of these new tax measures, including effects on nonprofits, going to affect the Ascension Amateur Radio
No,
Club?
not the little bit of money that we spend or whatever, no.
Okay.
And we don't make enough to,
'Cause I know there's new filing stuff. Edward's got, he signed happily that now that even nonprofits have to do more reporting, or they're not, several of them that were exempt aren't anymore.
Right.
So,
I noticed my iced tea is 1 penny more at the McDonald's now.
oh, yeah.
And-
Big sales taxes went up.
And it's 3 cents more at Starbucks.
Oh,
go ahead, I'm sorry.
okay. You got anything, other
I've
new
got a
stuff?
few things, but I wanted to
Go
get
ahead.
with you. All right, no, wait, actually, that's gonna be remarks for the good later. Go ahead,
Okay.
Trish, yeah.
I think Darlene's got something else.
Yeah, I signed the club up for Weather Ready Nation Ambassador Program. That's the National Weather Service through NOAA as well. So, I don't know if anybody saw it. I put it on Facebook, and I think I started us a Twitter page by request because somebody didn't have, I don't know, they didn't have Facebook, they did have Twitter,
No Facebook?
so I
Weather
did
Ready,
us a Twitter.
Weather
Ready.
ready.
Weather
Nation.
Ready, we are now
Say
a
that.
Weather Ready Nation Ambassador. And these are the kind of little rules type thing. It just says that you will be alert to the weather and, you just, well, all the stuff we already do anyway.
But something thrown
So,
on the page, too.
Yeah.
and we are allowed to use their logo as long as we attach the link to the National Weather Service, NOAA, their
As long as
little
you post it
website
on the
thing.
same page with the logo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
fine.
as long as you give a
Yeah.
link to who it's coming from, we are allowed to use the logo. So, like I said, it was something that we all do anyway,
Mhm.
so,
Might as well sign up for it officially and get another logo.
Um,
yeah, that's what I was thinking. because I'd like to, some of the things that we are involved in, I would like to maybe see about getting some little decals to put on the trailer
It would be
as
nice.
well. And that way, when we take it in the parades or we bring it out somewhere,
Yeah.
then we'll have those little decals on the trailer. I just think it would look nice.
Something else that, as some of y'all know, at one point, I was the EC for, Ascension Parish EC for Aries. And, we had an issue when Gustav came around. And, so, I resigned that post. Since then, it's been quite a few years ago now, 8 years ago, almost 8 years. So since then, there have been some significant changes in the Aries organization. Personnel,
Still not a fan.
well, me neither, but somebody needs to be in the area. However, I am not the EC for Region 2. I am the Assistant EC. Robert Hobbs in 5ULA is the EC for Region 2. So basically, if anything goes down, Robert will be in charge as far as Aries, and if he needs anything, he'll call me.
So are they doing it by region? Because at
Yes.
one of the Baton Rouge clubs recently, Matt and the new section manager, what's his name, Steve?
Yeah, they call them districts.
Right,
Yeah.
he was talking at the parish level again. He was
No,
talking
they
about,
are,
you know,
Adam is telling us that they are trying to do away with parish EC.
Yeah, well, I can believe that.
Well, it's, one of the things is, the way they're structuring it now, is every parish EC had to fill out a monthly report.
And none of them were doing it.
Well,
We
and the
discussed
ones
this.
that were, it was like almost 60 reports in a month for one person to go through and file and that, and get all that, and it's really, I mean, it's kind of useless, because everybody's report was basically 11100, is, you know. So, what they're gonna do is it's gonna be only the region ECs that will file reports every month. So it'll be only like, what, 9? So it'll cut it down from 64 to 9 reports a month. And I haven't, you know, they used to require that you do an Aries net, and if there's gonna be an Aries net, then I'm assuming Roger's gonna take care of that.
Can I ask, so, you know, when I listen around, you know, I hear a lot of nets that sound just like our net, except they call it an Aries net, but it's no different really.
It's
No
just for
different.
the numbers for the paperwork.
And
Now,
actually,
how-
if you look at the old preamble for our net,
Mhm.
in the preamble was, this also serves as our weekly Gracie/Aries drill.
When I brought it up, it was mentioned that it's as simple as if an EC has done anything ham-related that could possibly also serve as emergency communication related, whether it's calling a net or even checking into a net.
Yep.
You can put that down. You don't have to literally have a formal meeting or training session. It's like I checked into into the Ascension Club net and the CLARC Club net on the 147. So that's my report for this month. That was all the many of them were
So I'm
done.
not very familiar, so does an individual join Aries or Racy?
You can, yes.
You join it?
Yes.
The emergency, the district, the section manager for the state, and at the state level, they appoint the parish ECs. Like they would say, Al, we recognize you as the, you know, we're appointing you as, you know, you're an ARRL member in good standing, and you'll represent us, Aries. Aries is the ARRL's field organization specifically
Right.
for MCOM. Now, the regular volunteers, like any of the club members that would work for Al under, you know, Aries during an emergency, don't have to be ARRL members. He can informally sign them up and do whatever, you know, the parish EOC requires.
Basically the
for
same
background
way the
checks.
Red Cross does.
But, you know, at the parish level, EC and above, has to be a member in good standing with ARRL, and they're appointed. They're not voted for or anything like that. One of the issues with when Al Heine stepped down and appointed me his successor, I was his assistant EC. The section manager then called me up and said, "You're turning in, Aries reports every month." I'm going, "Yeah, I'm going to the Emergency Operations Center, sitting in on the meetings." The board there, local emergency planning committee, took Al's, recommendation when he stepped down and appointed me as the new, emergency coordinator for ham radio. They said, "Yeah, but we didn't appoint you as an Aries EC, so we'll make that decision. We're looking at some other people." I'm like, "There's no other active ham in the parish. No one's, it's been me and Al at the shelters for 4 years now." So, but they said, "Well, we'll get back with you." And they never did.
Never did,
So I'm
yeah.
still doing the job. I'm recognized as the Races officer for Riverville Parish. And there is no Aries. Every once in a while I get my EOC director will call me up or send me an email saying, "I got this from somebody at the state level saying," and she'll send me an email or something that she got, and it says, "We noticed you don't have an Aries coordinator or representative for your parish. We need a ham radio operator that we can assign to your parish that we can put there to come to your meetings and represent ham radio operators." And she's like, "Steve, did they not understand we already have a?" I'm like, they know.
And whether it be Aries or Races, it really doesn't make a lot of difference.
Aries is ARRL specific. It's just like if the Salvation Army emergency communication team, the Saturn team came in and said, "We need a representative in Ascension Parish to represent Saturn." And, the Baptist Men's Soup Kitchen came in and said the same thing. There's nothing, but ARRL wants to feel like they're in charge of all the MCOM. Said, "Well, we're going to work and your EOC is going to answer to Aries." And it's like, no. That's just like during Katrina when they showed up and they said, "Hey, we want to get in the state EOC." And Matt and them were already in the state EOC doing ham radio stuff. And the state troopers at the EOC said, "We don't know who you are. Get out of here."
When it really comes down to it, it doesn't matter if you're Aries, Races, whatever. It's just like over here.
Right.
It's what your parish OEP or EOC is going to let you do.
Who they know,
Want you to
who
do.
they've talked to already. If they don't know you, they're not going to let you in anyway. And my local planning committee, they're just going to appoint somebody and say, "Okay, he's our local ham." It's like, we don't know who these people are. They can't. They're an established government committee that gets grants and stuff like that, and is part of the requirement for the parish to have the 911 Emergency Operations Center operational. They said, you can't just come into this committee and say, "Well, we're going to appoint a member."
Well, the main thing to me is that you have somebody available, because if you have an issue, if you have an event in your area, then
You need a point of contact.
well, those people, the people in the affected area should not be expected to be the ones to go out and work a radio.
Right.
That's why you have people, organizations like Races, Aries, Red Cross, those type of things, because if you have an event in your area, then you have other things you have to take care of than go and run a radio.
Right.
You should have people from outside your area that come in and take care of that. Then again, we in this area, as well as everybody else, should be prepared to go to some other area and help over there if we're not affected. And that's what went on in 08. So, because I asked for people from outside the area that was going to be affected, and the Aries director for the state wanted to call people from Baton Rouge to come over here. It's like, no, you don't understand. You have no idea of what you're doing.
Yeah, you need people from the north part of the state.
Well, yeah, I mean, just like we had people from Washington Parish, from East Baton Rouge go up to Washington Parish, after Katrina and all this, because they didn't have communication.
All right.
Do all that's beyond
Hand
my
it back
ability.
on.
I got a question on the trail, on the Rantown Trail. if we move it, are we ever gonna use it again? Are we looking at getting rid of it?
I think we discussed it, and it was too far gone that it maybe
Yeah.
rusted out and everything, and
Well,
it's not salvageable after all
Is
these
the
years.
antenna tower, is the tower in good shape? I mean,
Yeah,
could we donate it to somebody, give it to somebody that needs a tower?
no, I'll take it
Or-
or buy it or whatever, because I bought the cable that went on.
Okay, well then, when we haul it off,
I
can we
bought-
take it to your place
The
and put it
cable,
up
Where
at
I
your
want
place?
it.
That's where you want it?
That's where
I bought the
Okay.
cable and the winch was donated to me from Bobby, so the winch is,
Do we need something on that, or?
That was a project that we worked very hard to get done,
Okay,
and I guess I have sentimental
okay.
attachment to
Do
it.
we need anything said that the
That's
trailer
up
gets,
to-
the antenna on the trailer gets donated to Al once we get it ready to move? I make a motion?
All in favor?
I got a second? All in favor? Any opposed? The actual tower was donated from, Carl.
I know. I know how it all came. I just wanted to see what was gonna, the disposition of it and all of this, so we get it out of over there.
I think, yeah, I think it's pretty rough. It is an eyesore, and I mean, I think it may be in their way, and I understand why they
Yeah,
want
well,
it.
it's in their way to cut the grass.
Yeah.
What it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is an eyesore.
We'll get it out of
Moving
there.
on, what else we
It's
got?
not a
We're gonna wrap this up shortly. Sorry.
What else?
Well, you should have wrote it down.
Yeah,
No,
probably
I'm
should.
good. You want me to move on?
Yeah, go ahead.
Real quick, remarks for the club. We have, we've covered old business, new business, bunch of stuff tonight. A lot of things happening in the area, not necessarily with this club. We're not doing the Jambalaya Fest. What we did want to talk about under new business that you did forget about is the upcoming field day plans.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Let's
You're
do
right.
that, and then I'll get into mine.
Okay. I'll get with Leo, see if we can get the fire department again, if everybody's good with that.
We just don't get enough traffic.
I know, and
Yeah,
I.
well, we can try something else.
I don't know where to go.
We
I
thought
don't know.
about Cabela's, thought about trying to do it because that would be right off the interstate. It's really busy on weekends and stuff. I can
Well, tell you what,
try with Miss Bourgeois one
let
more
us,
time.
let us
Yeah,
do
this-
some looking and see. And,
Yeah, the secretary.
let's see, this is April, May, but we gotta hustle up what we gonna do. Let us do some looking, and if not next month before, I'll circulate an email or something. And if we can do it that way, if we got to,
Yeah.
you know, to decide on where we wanna go.
And then somehow or other, something to get to the papers or to whatever they have
The
for this
PR,
area,
the PR lady's right there.
so that we can get the word out, the
Yeah.
paperwork here.
Y'all
We
don't
got to
know.
start getting more people showing up.
Y'all don't know what that lady does every year. Especially like for law enforcement, public officials, you know, she has gone to more offices every year. The sheriff, she goes to the sheriff personally, goes and puts an invitation in the sheriff's hand, the parish president, and other people that, you know, nobody ever shows up. They
Some
all
are
get invited.
representatives.
Every year, they
Yeah.
get a personal
Yeah.
invitation.
Yeah, because that's where brother is over there. There again, the sheriff always shows up at field day.
Yeah.
The mayors
We've
show
never-
up.
we've
the
never
fire
had
chiefs show up. Everybody shows up and
Never had any.
has pictures taken at their field day.
Nope.
Yeah. No,
Last
and like I say, She
year,
goes every year.
last year, I asked the three that were running for parish president, and one showed up. Whitmore showed up,
Yeah.
and that was it. Nobody else showed up. So, I mean, yeah, I do it every year, and I had told him,
Looks like Barney would, because it's inside of the city limits.
and, I mean, and we know him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause
We get Barney, Sherman, Jeff.
So what I have is in the
Not even the
next,
fire chief at the fire station.
by the next.
Well, a couple of
Tracy.
those because they're hams.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can check
By the next meeting, we'll look
Let me
at
write
different
that down.
sites, whether it's Cabela's or
Like
other
I say, if
sites,
we-
whatever, or
if-
go to the fire
If
department.
we find something that looks pretty promising, I'll circulate an email.
Does anybody have any suggestions that
Well-
they wanna give, so,
So, all I would say is if Cabela's didn't want us, if they said no, Tanger always has those car shows in their lot. Maybe we could be in the lot at Tanger.
The only thing
Our
about
time.
Tanger is to find some grass to put,
States.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
think of
stakes
who
up
I
in.
know at, trying to think of who I know.
it would be tough to try
That's
to
in
stake stuff
business.
down at Tanger Mall.
Yeah, Cabela's has a lot more grass area off.
Cabela's has
the
an
side.
area where you could get in the grass and,
They got a pond right there too, boy, you get some good grounding there.
Yeah,
I'll
boy.
tell you, but you better
Drop a
work
ground
What
for it.
in the
about,
water.
okay,
Throw that ground in the pond.
if not at Cabela's, what about right across the interstate at Home Depot?
Home Depot.
Because Home
Hey, I'm
Depot
good.
is big into the, getting prepared for hurricane
Yeah.
and there's a
season.
field, and there's a
and-
field right there between the interstate and Home Depot.
All right, so, I'll
Boy, you
try,
can see that
I'll try
trail.
Cabela's
Put up some
first,
signs, put up that inflatable tower, people will be looking going, what is that?
We got.
and then I'll go to
There
Home
you go.
Depot. So Cabela's and Home Depot,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
anything else?
The only other one would be Lowe's, I mean.
Right,
Yeah,
and Lowe's would be good on the airline, just, if we could get by that interstate. With the
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
who shop at Tanger Mall and
It
Cabela's
could be right
on
next to the Bayou
weekends.
Bar.
What?
That lot they cleared.
Okay,
Sounds
Got
good,
that?
yes.
Hey, be right across the street from the man's store.
No, we're not going there. You cut that one off the list. We will not be
Harbor
going
Freight.
to Lowe's.
I know that's what we call
Lowe's
it.
is out.
All right, we got that, that was the last I had on new business. Remarks for the good, I'd like to recognize Brett. Brett is doing the Parks on the Air events, National Parks on the Air, and Brett is going to be working Friday the 22nd and Saturday the 23rd of April at the Acadian Cultural Center in Lafayette. Brett, tell us about what you've been doing and what you're planning on doing, real quick.
Yeah, so this coming event will be at, as Steve says, at the Acadian Cultural Center. It's on Fisher Road, if you're familiar with the airport out there in Lafayette, or there's a place called Vermilionville. We're not in Vermilionville, but very near that. There's a ballpark across the street. We're next to the ballpark there, Acadian Cultural Center. We'll be there Friday. I think the operating time is from 9 to 2, and then back on Saturday from 8 to noon. And just setting up portable operations. We'll be using the W5 GIX call sign. Anyone's welcome to come by and operate, get on the air and log.
How is, that's a ARRL
Yeah,
program,
it's
right?
all of 2016, ARRL sponsoring the event. It's all
So
run through the Log of the
how
World.
many locations, they're given some kind of certificate, right?
Yeah, so if you make one contact with this park, you can get a certificate as a chaser. And then
Okay.
if you activate the park, there's other certificates. There's 409 something.
I worked, I see them, I've worked maybe 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We get pileups. We've done about a dozen or so activations from the parks. We've been to Natchez,
What
Chalmette,
bands y'all normally work on?
20 and 40. They seem to be active. We tried 10 when we had the kids because they could use their call signs, but we made a few contacts in California, but not much.
Okay, appreciate it,
Thanks,
Brett,
Steve.
and, anything that happens, keep us informed, send out
Yeah.
emails or whatever, to let us know where you're operating and when, a little reminder.
Yeah,
I'll get on the air
yeah.
if I'm home, I'll
Are
look
are
for
you,
you.
like, when you go there, are you able to, do you want flyers for the club, or is that allowed, or?
It gets kind of tricky. You're not,
Yeah, you gotta watch.
to distribute literature, you're supposed to have a special permit.
Okay,
so we
just
kinda-
asking.
We
You know
have,
I'm always
we have
pushing.
stuff about ham radio on the table, but it's not club specific or
Okay,
anything. So
good
yeah,
deal.
It's just there if you want it.
Any,
we are looking to do it.
anybody who goes to anything and wants that, I always keep some, and I have a ton printed up for us to put in the trailer next time we put some stuff in the trailer, so.
We need to figure something outside
if
that
y'all
trailer
need-
that just
If y'all need,
catches
let me
your eye
know.
or something, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
We are looking to go to Thibodeau. I don't have any experience with going down there. There's a Wetlands Acadian Cultural
Yeah.
Center. we're looking to do
If
that.
there's any of those guys from the Thibodeau Club in there, I don't know if you know any of them, but they got some good people in that club. They are some good guys down there. Yeah. Yeah, they got some good people down there. I was in that
Yeah,
club
that's
for
the
quite a
one.
few years.
There's
All of
6
those
sites
guys
that
are
are
gone
filling
now.
or Gino feet.
No, okay,
Okay.
They're all Chalmette's one, Barataria,
yeah.
and there's the 3 Acadian cultural centers. Yeah, I talked to someone in the Thibodeau Club, I think it was on a post office now, somewhere, and they said get in touch with him.
Also continuing with remarks for the good, in the spirit of intercooperation with area clubs, the Baton Rouge Club, very active, they just had their meeting last Tuesday of the month, they just had their board meeting last night at the Red Cross. They, tomorrow night, which is gonna be, what, the 7th? They're gonna be at the Goodwood Library in Baton Rouge, Public Library, 2nd floor in the Technology Lab, hosting a VE test session. That's gonna be at 6 p.m. Thursday night, tomorrow night, 2nd floor, Goodwood Library in the Technology Lab. If you wanna upgrade, if you think you're ready to upgrade, if you know somebody that's been studying, and they just mentioned in passing, tell them, get up there, take their $14 and go.
Memorize all those 700 questions tonight.
Memorize it, get up there tomorrow, you got it. No, not just, you gotta memorize all your questions tonight. Also, while we're talking about Baton Rouge Club, they're also going to meet again on the 26th, which is the last Tuesday of the month, their regular meeting. They will host a VE session then at 6 p.m. that night before the meeting at 7. So that's the 26th. So if you're not ready, if you hadn't memorized all of them by tomorrow night, you got a month to memorize all those questions and go in and upgrade and get your extra. Okay. Speaking of that, the 26th VE session at 6 p.m. At 7 p.m. same night, David Azif, W5XY, he went to the VP8D expedition down towards the South Pole where they had all the drama, the tents got blown away, they had the generator dropped into the water and became an anchor. It was, emergency rescues, the ship had to pull anchor and run off to safe harbor and stuff like that, leaving them stuck on the island for a while. It was all kind of drama. David will be there at the meeting. That is a program on the 26th. He will be talking about it. The Baton Rouge Club wants to invite everybody in the area to bring your family and friends, hear about, wading up to their ankles in penguin poop while, fighting a blizzard and gale force winds and all this drama that went on. It should be interesting. So bring family, friends, kids, whatever. Goodwood Library, 26th. Come early for the VE session at 6, day 7, to hear about David and the penguin poop disaster. That's what I'm calling it. That's a VP8, the expedition down there. And that's what I have for the good of the club. I hope everyone's, looking forward to a lot of operating this season, and pass around any information. Please email us if anything comes up, and we'll get it to the rest of the club. I'm trying to, give as much as I can to you. And anyone else?
I do have a sad note. We lost a ham this past weekend. K5MKE, I don't know how many of y'all knew Mike Courtney. He lived up in LaRonda, real good guy. He and Bobby, I don't know, K5CVL that passed a couple of years ago, they were real good friends. And they used to get on the air, practice CW, so now I guess they up there and they not missing a lick, huh? But,
I tried to encourage Paul Perk, who works for me, to come. He's an extra and works, CW. And he just hasn't been to a meeting in a really long time. And
give
I
him
told
to
him
a
this
field
morning,
day,
I'm
man.
gonna
We
try
need a
to do that.
CW operator for
Feel
field
free to
day.
point him to the videos that are online also, so he gets a feel of what we're doing,
Yeah.
and he can decide whether, that'll
Yeah.
help him see what he's missing.
Put up my antennas for him.
Yeah, I didn't get to go to, I knew Mike not as well as Bobby knew him, but I wasn't able to go to services. I kind of would like to, but they kind of hard to get off of work to go.
And if no one else has any new business, I'll make a motion that we adjourn. We don't need a motion?
Now by Robert's rules.
Robert's rules, what time do you have?
1953.
1953 adjourn.
The
What are you?
The V